Hi ladies, it's Christine here and I'd like to show you some of my favourite products from Look Fabulous Forever and how I use them in my makeup routine. So I'm going to start off just by clipping my hair out of the way, and I've already put on my Hydration Hold serum and my moisturiser, and I'll let that sink in. So I'm going to start off by putting my primers on first. I'm going to start off with the Smooth Out Eye Prime. Before I do that, I'm just going to blot my eyelids with a tissue, clean tissue, just to make sure I've got no grease or oil on there before I start. And then the Smooth Out Eye Prime, you just need a tiny bit, and I normally put it on the back of my hand, and I use this under my eyeshadow to give me a nice smooth base, and also to stop my eyeshadow creasing during the day. And then I find that my eyeshadow lasts throughout the day, looks fresh at the end of the day as it did at the start, and that's all due to the eye prime. Just patting that in and smoothing it out over the whole eye area. So this is one of my favourite products. It's the Smooth Like Silk Face Prime, and I put this on under my foundation. It gives me a nice, smooth, flawless base, matte, so it takes away any shine, and it's going to blur any open pores that I've got here in my forehead, and just give me a nice smooth base. So I just use about 1 to 1.5 pumps, depending on how much I need, and then just pat it on. Just going to focus on the forehead, and then what I do is just smooth it all over, and it goes on beautifully smoothly. Again, it's giving me a nice matte even base under my foundation, and that's going to keep my foundation looking fresh all day. Okay, so that's my first favourite product, Smooth Like Silk Face Prime. Okay, foundation next. And my second favourite product is the Continuous Cover foundation. This is shade 02, which is fair to medium. And I like this because it gives me a nice level of coverage. It's not too heavy, but it's not too light. And it's going to leave my face looking nice and hydrated and fresh, and give me a good base to put the rest of my makeup on. Just 1 pump is normally enough on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to apply it with a foundation brush. Using a brush rather than my fingers will give me a nice smooth base. So just take a wee bit on the brush and then just apply that onto forehead and cheeks, nose and chin with the brush. And then I'm really just using the brush then, and let the brush do all the work to apply the foundation. And it goes on beautifully smoothly because of the primer and because of the nice light texture that it has. It's not heavy or sticky, and it's going to leave me looking radiant. Okay, so that's the foundation. Okay, next is concealer, and I'm using the concealer which is in shade 02, so this matches my foundation. I'm going to apply it again with a little brush, and I just use it really just to go into any areas where I think I've got some shadow, dark shadows or pigmentation, just to give me a nice evened out base. So just going over any particular areas that perhaps need a little bit more coverage. Just going into the dark corners here around my eyes. And you can apply it with a brush or with your finger. Just make sure you've got a clean, dry finger. And then you can pat it in with your finger, or, as I've done, just with the brush. Just smooth that out. Just pat that in a bit. And then just to finish off my base, I'm going to apply my next favourite product, which is the translucent powder. Here it is. So it's a very fine, colourless powder. I usually just take a clean brush and just pop a wee bit of that on, then just dust it all over my face just to set my makeup and take away any shine. And I like this because it's so light and fine, it's not cakey, so you don't look too flowery or anything, it just looks nice and blended. So that's my base. So next I'm going to do my eyes, and the first thing I'm going to do is to do my brows. So as you can see, my brows are very thin, very sparse. Got a great product to use on them, which I'm going to do in a moment. But first of all, I'm just going to use the spoolie brush. I think this is brush number 6, I think. And just use the spoolie brush just to brush my brows out into the shape that I'm going to emphasise. And then I'm taking my next favourite product, probably my most favourite product from Look Fabulous Forever, which is the Bring Back Brow. So this is a liquid product. It's got a very fine brush, and what you do is basically just paint on and fill in any gaps in your brows just to give the illusion of fine hairs. So you're making your brows look thicker and more defined. So give it a good shake first of all. And what I'm going to do is just blot the excess onto a tissue, and then I just really basically just start painting my brows in. So I'm just going over the brow line that's there already, and because it's such a fine brush, it's just like painting on little fine hairs. Just take it right out to the end of the brow line there, so you can see the brow is already starting to appear. And the colour I'm using is brown, but this does also come in two other colours. I think there's a blonde colour which is more like a taupe, a lighter brown, and also a grey as well. So you can get the colour that's closest to your natural brow. So you can see my brows have reappeared as if by magic. And then I'm just going to use the spoolie brush again and just go over them again, just to soften that effect, just so it doesn't look too artificial. And what I get then is some nice natural looking brows reappearing. Okay, so because your brows frame your face, then the Bring Back Brow really sort of brings them back. Okay, so next is going to be eyeshadow. I'm going to use one of the No Shimmer Eyeshade Trios, another of my favourite eyeshadow sets. So this is the Cool Blues. It's matte powder eyeshadows, so there's no shimmery bits that will draw attention to any fine lines that you've got on your lids. And I'm going to apply the lightest colour first, which I think is I think it's a soft grey, and I like these colours because they coordinate very well. You don't have to think about what colours go with what colours. They'll match and coordinate, so you get a very professional looking result, you know, just within using the palette on its own. So I'm going to take some of the powder onto brush number 7, which is the eyeshadow brush, and then I'm just going to brush the soft grey all over my lid area. I'll just get a nice soft wash of colour on my lids. And then to add a bit of definition into my socket line, I'm going to use the second colour, which is Bluebell, the middle colour here. I'm going to use a slightly smaller brush. This is brush number 9. You can see that it's a lot thinner than brush number 7, so it's quite good for detail work on your eyes if you want to use that. So I'm going to use the Bluebell and just take that onto the brush, and then I'm going to go in to the socket line and just put in the Bluebell. And that's just going to give my eyes a little bit more definition. So I'm just going above the socket line and into the socket line, add a little more depth there. And then once I've done that, I'm going to use the number 7 brush again and just brush over just to soften and blend that in, just so we haven't got any hard lines. So I'm just going to use the two colours today, but you could use the third colour, which is I think it's Midnight Navy, to apply along your lash line, or you could use one of the eye pencils. I'm actually going to use an eye pencil just to do a bit more definition. So that's the No Shimmer Eyeshade Trio in Cool Blue. And then I'm going to take the soft eye pencil now. This is Navy. This is another of my favourite products. I love the soft eye pencils because there's no dragging or scratching. You don't need an eye pencil sharpener to sharpen them because they're retractable, so you can wind them up and wind them down. So I'm going to take that and just put it underneath my lower lash line, as close to the lash line as possible, just to give a little bit of definition on my lower lashes. So I'm actually going to use the mirror in the compact to do this, just so I can get in a bit closer. And I'm just going along the lash line, not all the way in across my whole eye, but just about halfway in, just to give a little bit of definition there. And the same on the other eye. I'm going to use the brush again just to soften that line a bit. Okay, there we are. So I've got some definition around my eyes. And then the last thing I'm going to do in my eyes is put some mascara on. This is the Lithe Lash Mascara in Navy to complement the Cool Blues. I'll wiggle the brush a bit just to get the length I want. And then just very gently on the lower lashes. Okay, so now my eyes are looking a lot more defined. Okay, next I'm going to do blush, and I normally put blush on after I've done my eyes just so I can just judge how much blush to put on. I'm going to use the Fabulous blush in Raspberry Pop, which is lovely vibrant pinky red. It's a cream to powder formula. It's one of my favourite products because it goes on, you can just apply a little bit and then blend it in, and then add a bit more if you need to, just to get the depth of colour that you want. And you can do it again with a clean, dry finger. Pop a wee bit on all over your cheekbone like this. And then same again on the other side. And you might think it looks a bit too much, but because it's a blendable cream to powder, once you've got on the level that you want, just take your blusher brush and sweep it out, and then you can see how that brushes out beautifully into the powder and give you a nice soft flush. So that's blusher done. Next is going to be lipstick, and I'm going to use the Lustrous colour lipstick. Again, another of my favourite products. Lots of beautiful shades. This is Mulberry. I've chosen it because I've got a sort of reddish top on today. And I love this because it's a lovely creamy formula. It's nice and hydrating on your lips. I think it's got jojoba oil in it, which is very, very good hydration. So I'm just applying it straight from the bullet. There we go. Beautiful, rich colour. Okay, and that's it. That's my routine done. Just take my clips out and ready to go. So, what do you think? Do you like the look? I'd really like to know if you've got any particular favourite Look Fabulous Forever products. If you have, why not tell us about them? Leave the comments below. And also, if you have any questions about any of the products, then please leave those below and we'll get back to you, because we do like to hear from you. We like to know what you like and what you don't like, and if there's anything else that you'd like to see. We've got lots of ideas, inspiration, and things to look at on our YouTube channel. So if you've not already had a look at the YouTube channel or Instagram, why not go and have a look at those and leave us your thoughts and opinions. Thanks again once for watching, and take care, and see you soon. Bye bye.